Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means it's 8 p.m. Daylight Savings Time, and that's the time frame the east side of our nation has decided it would be on. I guess the West Coast is 5 p.m. Bill's barely awake. I'm still protesting Daylight Savings Time. Bill is protesting the week going away, and I don't think he means the week in the sense of the versus the strong, but I think he means the days of the week. All right, whatever. Welcome, adventurers. I'm your guide, Sean McZoo. I've had a little bit of an exciting day, and this is the Reptile Show reporter, Bill Strand.
I'm just answering questions.
No, wait a minute. No, Bill Strand, the poop master of the Chameleon Academy, is my co-host.
Whatever.
Oh, no, wait a minute. The headmaster. I think I read that one wrong. We talked about poop so much last time. We were getting all kinds of names for him. I don't think Poop Master was the name we came up with, but
There's a lot of names.
I don't know. Oh my goodness, there are 20 comments already. Holy mackerel, Bill. We got to get to the video to start the show.
Oh,
and then we'll
okay.
Get back to everything else.
Can't answer until we get the video.
All right. Hello, everyone. I don't know why the chat is taking off so much. It's only like a handful of people there, but Mikey Ben.
We got the right people.
Yes, I guess. I'm going to talk. Bill, do you want to go through the chat for me? And I'm going to send everybody's picture up there. Mikey Ben is the first one I see.
All right, then Eliza Ann.
Let's see. I got to remember my alphabet. This has been a crazy day. Eliza Ann team. There we go. And who else?
Nate Rowley.
Nate. All right, Nate.
Then Stephanie Payne.
Stephanie Payne. That's the number 2 Stephanie Payne,
yes.
But was the first one to be on the show. All right.
James Cross.
James Cross, the Fog Father. James, if a tree falls behind my house, can anyone hear it? That's the question I'm going to ask you today, because the tree branch that's like 20 foot long and about 4 or 5 inches wide at the base fell on my house, kind of like just barely on the side. It just nipped the gutter on the way down on the first floor. So
all right,
there we go. We don't know. We'll have to see. Who else?
Misty Mountain Fans.
Misty Mountain Fans. Misty Mountain Fans.
That's right.
Wow. I have her as Yvette and the Puppies.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
All right. Anyone else?
Two Turtle Tom.
Tom and Paige right there. I hope Paige is watching. We'll try to keep it G. She's a little older than that now, but that was about a year ago. So, all right. What else?
Well, Eliza Ann's asking about Squishy.
Squishy.
Yeah.
Who is Squishy?
Squishy is the baby panther that is in this enclosure right here. And Squishy is the only one who's not out. Squishy was named because he was the only one out during one of my shows. Mm-hmm. And Eliza Ann quoted from some movie, and he ended up with the name Squishy.
Squishy.
And, yes.
That's a weak name, Bill. I thought
that comes from Finding Nemo.
We were getting rid of the weak.
Sean, we cannot choose. The name chooses us. And he got Squishy, but he's not out. Everybody else is out.
Good golly, Bill.
Not him.
All right.
Dude, I do not fight the universe.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Bill. That's a good idea. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Back porch by the fire, watching the live. It's beautiful here in Cleveland. It was 72 degrees today, Bill. It was incredible. Now, tomorrow, the high is going to be 58, but it's going to be at 12:01 a.m. And it's just going to crash down from there down to 28. So the weather isn't perfect. But we do have very low cost of living here. And we don't have as many natural disasters as many other areas. I was talking on the to someone about being here and living here. So those are the
Right.
so there you go.
Well, I'm thinking I may even be able to leave chameleons out tonight because it's
Wow.
only going to get down to 49, but it's going to get up to 73.
Wow.
It's going to be in the 70s all week. So
All right.
the
Hey,
only thing
everybody
I'm fighting is
remind
low
me,
humidity.
what did we name Bill last week? It was Poop Master, Poop Guy,
I
Poop
have many names.
King. It was something to do with poop. He kept talking about fecal things. Was he the fecal king or
It
something?
was
What
appropriate.
was it?
It was absolutely appropriate.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right, Bill.
Yeah.
Any announcements?
The announcements is that Madagascar 2026 is in full swing, and we are accepting people who would like to be on the list and go to Madagascar.
Wow.
It is from January 13th through January 28th. And so you arrive January 13th, sometime during the day. I'm arriving at 11:15 p.m. and we leave sometime on the 28th. I'm leaving at 1:15 a.m. So that's the way of it.
We got to vote for scatologist, but that was the one I declined.
Are we still on that? So
right.
if anybody wants to go to Madagascar and have a great time hanging out with chameleons, email me and I will send you more details. And that's
I wasn't there, so I don't hold an opinion. What if I was there and I didn't tell you about it? I could stalk this.
Doesn't matter if he's there or not. We don't listen to him.
Wow, man.
Oh, wait, you still here? Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Wait a minute. Let's do this. Let's see. Okay. I have the power.
Oh yeah, don't worry. You can mute me and I'll still communicate.
I know, that's the problem, a big problem. All right, so what happens when a huge tree branch falls in the back of my house? Doesn't make any noise. Here's the video from the camera that was on the back porch. Ready?
Ready.
It killed the camera, Bill. It knocked the camera down. It knocked it towards the air conditioner, which was by it, and it's now all kind of this purplish color. That's a leaf that we were seeing right there because it was on the ground. Luckily, I hadn't attached it to the wall. I just had it sitting there, and it killed the camera. And I put it, I'm like, okay, it's working, but it's not the right color. I put it up on the wall again. And it's all that color, that shade of purple or whatever
That's
purple
pretty good.
haze.
You're talking about camping in your backyard.
Yes, camping in my backyard.
Yeah. See, if you were there when we named Squishy, you would know about the plan to camp in your backyard.
All right. There's a plan to camp in my backyard?
That's right. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, there's 2 backyards. I'm like on a corner, so it's not really, there's not really a backyard. What you were seeing was considered my backyard, but that's really the side yard. So, and the backyard isn't much.
We'll camp in your side yard. You know what? We're not picky.
I understand that much. I've heard that. Yeah. Tom is bringing the s'mores.
Yeah.
All right. Tent, but tonight it's going to be, let's see. It's going to be 60 degrees at midnight, but it's going to get down to, let's see, sunrise tomorrow. Sun's going to rise at 7:30. It's going to be it'll be 50 degrees, and then it's going to go down to 37. So I don't think by 7 p.m.
Whoa, wait a minute. This California boy doesn't do 37.
There we go. I don't think there's I'll know because I got cameras on both of my front and backyard and my side yards or whatever you call them. I'll know. It'll be a warning. I just won't let you in the house.
We watch movies. We know how to deal with cameras.
Well, if you can see them and know where they're at.
We're going to put them on a loop. You're just going to see autumn leaves falling.
There are leaves out there, Bill, but they're not on. They're spring leaves. That's because we leave the leaves there to not to fertilize my lawn, not to send them to the city, have them chew them up and send them back to me as like mulch.
You're going to
It's a
see the
dumb
same
plan.
blue jay flying by all day.
There you go. All right, that's good. I'll know because the dogs will go out and bark, but the ghost barks at everything. So
yeah, well, we're going to feed them. They're going to love us.
You can feed him all you want. He's still going to bark at everything. He barks at every truck that goes by. Monday morning, he barked at the garbage truck to protect Jen. I don't think the garbage truck understood that he was barking at it, but he was barking there to protect her. So there you go. Very good puppy. So anyways, all right, what do we want to talk about tonight? A lot of people went to Tinley this weekend. I didn't go. And I can tell you why, because I don't want to buy any more pets, and I just know myself. And I think that if I went to Tinley, I would have come home with something. I've got two things that I got from two Tinleys right in front of me. I've got my frilled dragon, who finally frilled up a lot this morning. Then I realized my daughter's cat was downstairs here and was looking at him, and that wasn't good for him. And the banana pectinatus, which is getting brown from his original green. And I think I bought something one more year. I don't remember what it was. A snake or something. I don't know what it was. But I've only gone, I think, 3 times. So, but anyways, what did anybody get? Did anyone go?
Let's see, yeah. Who's around in that area? That's a pretty big show.
Yes. All right. Otherwise, I did go to the Medina show. I couldn't not go anywhere. And I noticed at Tinley last couple times I was there, there were no like frozen mice that you could feed to the reptiles, frozen food. And I don't know why. They had one person selling crickets, only one, and he didn't have enough. And so it's not really like one of these other reptile shows when you can have that kind of thing. But so I just went to the Medina show, which has been around a long, long time as a Cleveland show 35 years ago. And I got some feeders. I got I got superworms. I got pinky and fuzzy mice that were frozen. Humanely, they actually gas these things and then freeze them. So I think that's pretty cool that they actually gas them before they freeze them, because I feel bad for the mice. But my cats probably wouldn't. My daughter's cats are not mine. But let's see, what else did I get? What else did I get? I don't know. I do have to say condolences to the people who who sold me my geckos. The Reptiles of Eden lost their puppy after 13 years. I guess it wasn't really a puppy anymore after 13 years, but they lost it suddenly a couple weeks ago, and it just they just got the ashes back and what have you. So condolences to those of you from the Reptiles of Eden. That's really tough. I did tell them at the thing. So let's see what else. I saw everybody there almost everybody we've had on this show, Bill. It was crazy because none of them went to Tinley except for, actually Hall of Fame Reptiles never has been on the show. I've been telling him to get on it every time, but he's from Canton, Ohio, and he goes to Tinley all the time. But he was obviously or I don't know if he was at Tinley, but he was obviously at Tinley, I guess, this week. So all right.
Yeah, I want to say I'm really sorry. I've been looking. Squishy is not to be found. He is hiding into his Schefflera, and he comes out at night because he kind of does the reverse. You know, you're supposed to go into the bush to hide. Well, he hides during the day, and he comes out and he sleeps out in the open at night. So,
that sounds fair, Bill. I think that's a good plan because nothing can see you because it's dark out.
Well, that's not what they usually do, but this one, that's what Squishy likes to do.
It is hard to lose a beloved pet. I know that I had we had a Cavachon, no, a Bichon that we had for 13 years before we had these two pets. So that one was really hard to lose too. So Eliza's saying inappropriate Squishy, so I don't know.
All right. Well, he's not in his feeder cup, so at least that's
a positive. Not in the feeder cup. All right. So what is everybody? If you went to show like Tinley, what would you get?
But I see a little poop on top of the feeder cup.
Mm-hmm.
I have clues to his whereabouts.
Good golly. He's talking about poop again. Scatmaster. All right. All right. So what would everybody want to get? What would be the biggest thing that you'd want to try to see at Tinley? Even if you don't get it, bring it home. What would you want to see?
I would love to see something other than veiled panthers or Jacksons. And I'd love to see it and not just stuffed inside of little deli cups. I'd love to see somebody who seriously takes care of these chameleons and has a display that's worth seeing. I mean, I've seen so many different types of chameleons. I don't need to see another species. What I need to see is a species presented. I'd like to see a really great presentation. It's like people at shows say, okay, I'm just here to sell the animal, and so I'm going to throw them into the worst possible cage that I have a little a dirty rusty cage, and I'm going to put a stick in it and then put a big chameleon in it, and it doesn't matter because I'm selling. Well, I'd love to see somebody actually respect the chameleon and be an example for the chameleon.
I have seen the shows where they have them like that. The one Cincinnati show where that one person I took a picture was that you knew, that knew both of us now that we were able to do. She had hers in bigger cages. There were a few at Tinley the last couple times. I haven't been there in a year, but that had bigger cages for the chameleons. They weren't huge, but they were significantly bigger. They weren't the 2 foot by 2 foot by 4 foot, but they were like 18 by 18 by 3 feet or something like that. I guess that's reasonable.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing I suggest to people is if you have 10 panther chameleons, put up 4 really good looking displays and display 4 of your panther chameleons. Mm-hmm. When they are sold, you bring the other ones up into the display. Until they are sold, they are in their carrying container in a dark box. They're sleeping. And so that's a nice, an acceptable way of doing it.
Mikey, I was just thinking that I saw Nick's. I've seen him at the Pittsburgh show. That was an awesome. His cages are very cool. So, and he's got smaller chameleons, so they're really neat to see. And one unique, I don't know if I'm frozen or Bill's frozen or if we're both frozen, but one unique thing I got to see at this Medina show was the person I saw at Pittsburgh who had the quail eggs, and little baby quail. Jen we actually bought 2 dozen quail eggs, and Jen had like 8 of them yesterday. So for breakfast, regular size quail eggs, it's 2 to 1. So I don't know. She cooked 8 of them. I don't know who got them, but yes, apparently they were kind of tasty. So,
all right. So, but I haven't been to a show in a long time. One, because we have about 3 shows a year, and the first show I'm in Madagascar for, so can't go to that one. And so I actually haven't been to a show in a long time.
Wow.
Yvette though
it's been 3 days for me, Bill.
Yvette goes and she gets isopods for me. Mm-hmm. That's what I ask for when she comes back from shows. I want isopods.
That's cool.
And that's pretty fun. She's here.
Over here for
I don't even know if they had isopods at Tinley. I don't remember ever seeing those.
I should take my hair out.
You're working.
She's got the Dragon Stand shirt on right there.
That's right.
I do. I love this shirt.
I've got the Clint's Reptiles red shirt.
So cool.
There you go.
So let's see if I can
carry it that big.
There we go. Now we can read. what you say.
Oh,
So
well,
yeah, so yeah, she's doing her gecko stuff.
yeah.
When did you start?
Just now. I'm
Uh-oh.
so tired. I kept running. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I wanted to pipe in what I want to see at the next shows.
Oh yes.
And actually,
All right,
if we
good.
do another show, is I would like to see more examples of how things are supposed to be set up, like actual enclosures. They have a few, but the last one I went, it almost grossed me out where it was just people trying to sell animals, trying to sell animals. It was just puppy mill. I mean, that was my impression, and it kind of icked me out, but there was not a whole lot of examples for how to set up or what a fant enclosure would look like, or a little gecko enclosure. They were all in these little clear boxes, and I understand people have to see them, but there's, like with chameleons, there's not really any decent setups. I mean, they have really professional looking booths and everything, but I just thought that was lacking, and that's what I would love to see. So if I do that, that's what I'm gonna do. And Sean looks like are you moving? You're moving. Okay.
Yeah.
It looked like it froze. But that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I think we can start a trend, and I actually think it will go that direction. As soon as more people start doing it, maybe we should go to a show and do that just for the.
Yeah, we'll have to do one that
Just so
he's
we do
able
it.
to make it.
I took a dragon strand cage and I set it all up with a chameleon. You remember that? And I had your flyers and everything else, but you didn't send me cards, so I stopped going. That's really not why I stopped, but
It's so funny.
I just want to throw that out there. You didn't send me any cards, so I didn't have to
I
give
know.
out.
I'm supposed to
So
send them cards. I got to
no.
design it and print them.
Get a QR code too, just for backup.
Oh, yeah, I get all sorts of stuff.
Well, anyway, that's me. I'm listening as I'm doing all the babies and stuff like that. So, and all the fans. But I wanted to stop by and say hello.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Not to knock anything.
this is a unique question, Bill.
Be realistic. Set up cameras on excellent enclosures that show the animal inside the setup. You go to the table and just see the animal safe in their home on the TV. The thing is, they would want to buy the animal, and so the animal needs to be there at the show.
Being a sample animal, several of these animals look exactly alike. I mean,
I suppose you could do that as well. The thing is, if you're trying to show what the father looks like, you want to show them fired up. And so if you show them at home, it may not be that great of a marketing thing.
Get a pan tilt camera like Nate's saying and let them explore the enclosure.
Well, I'm actually I'm working on something like that for the Chameleon Academy. That's part of my growth. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year. I think it's on my schedule for at least next year, is to expand the Chameleon Academy in that direction. So
interesting.
That'll be a lot of fun to figure that out.
If we don't figure out this whole summer thing, have we figured out a date? They haven't done anything. I haven't seen anything from the Reptarian.
I'm giving up on Animal Con, and before the end of this week, I want to nail down the date for our 10th anniversary. I don't even know if Animal Con, how long are they going to wait before they say, okay, we're going to do it, and 10 people are going to be able to show up? I don't know more people will do it.
I'm going to go. Two Turtles going to be there. Nate's going to go because we're here. It's only 3 hours. We can't not go. I know I'm speaking for both of you, but I'm going to bring a carload of people.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. Well, yeah, I need to close that up by the end of the week. I've been working a lot of things I've been putting off, and I'm finally just starting to check things off the list. There are a number of product things I got to go through, and the book thing I got to get through, and now I got Madagascar taken care of, and now it's time for the 10th anniversary.
There you go. That's very cool.
So, okay. And then Eliza Ann, I need to talk to her because, oh, I
Sometimes she's
have a
very
problem.
smartly, Bill.
Yes, I'm not very good at arranging events. So that's one reason why I'm having some problems figuring out what
Wait
to
a
tell
minute.
them.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Turtle Tom strikes again. like a thief in the night.
Yeah, but that's not Animal Con.
Wait a minute. $250 per head. But that's didn't I send him a whole bunch of money to put a plaque on the thing? Don't I get anything for that?
You get a plaque, man.
I get a plaque. Yeah, I know.
And then the people paying $250 get to see the plaque.
There you go. I should have just said I paid whatever it was, $500 or something like that, and all I got was this lousy plaque. That'd have been rude, but they did tell you could say anything you want.
Jay mentioned on a recent blog that they are figuring out various venues for Animal Con. Well, they announced that they're going to have it at the Reptarium.
It's in the middle of Detroit area, so they're. I mean, it's not very far from Detroit, so there could be all kinds of venues thereby.
Oh, okay, all right, but they need to establish a date so people can start planning. It's April, May, June, July. Okay, that's
Bill,
4 months away.
To the choir, they're not listening. I'm not saying the choir is not listening, but I'm saying that the people that you're supposed to be speaking to aren't listening. I don't think.
I am sure that they know that they should, but they are like me. They have a long list of things they are working through.
That's true. All right. $250. I don't know. It's a private tour, for goodness sakes. How do you gonna make it private? I think they're $25 a head when you go in and you just do the regular Reptarium.
Well, I don't know. You get Lori,
for goodness sakes, it's $25 a park in any of Bill's reptile shows. Yeah. And you got to walk a huge distance, and you got to get paid to get in. And
well, if at Legacy the parking's included, this California boy says, "Wow, that's a discount."
There's no control over their parking lot. I mean, you really would have to have it included. I don't know. Maybe they figure out how to rope it off, but it's a parking lot out in front of it, right off this main street.
Well, okay,
right across the street from Reptarium. So
I love that. If I pulled up to the Reptarium and parking was free, I'd be thinking that I got the best benefit ever.
You could pull up to the Reptarium and parking is free. It's right there.
Okay, I know this is like you're going, whoa, oh yeah, but I'm from California. We don't get free parking.
I know, because you guys spend too much money. It's expensive over there. Cost of living is much more expensive.
Okay, so you've identified the problem.
I don't have a solution for you, though, Bill, but
I'm just saying that I see value in free parking.
And the rest of us don't.
And the rest of the United States does not.
Maybe New York.
New York.
Even Chicago for Tinley is free to park.
What? Chicago's like part of the first world.
But it's free to park at Tinley. Tinley's not in actually Chicago. It's a suburb. Okay. And the convention center is free to park at. It's just you have to pay to get into the event. So.
Yeah, well. Start going.
I mean, you can't park because there's 2 million people there, and the parking is like you have to park three places away. But yeah,
lots of manufacturing tours in Detroit too. Las Vegas, you pay for parking, and I'm sure. Oh yeah, Las Vegas, that's a good place for parking.
The Henry Ford Museum is out there in Detroit area. What else is out there? We had a show out there at one point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Las Vegas. New York is even worse than California. So there is a place that's worse.
It's very cool.
Eliza Ann says, who is Henry Ford? Well, let me tell you back when I was a kid. There's this guy named Henry Ford, and he started building cars.
He mass-produced cars, the first person who could create an assembly line. Good golly, why don't people? I hope that's just kidding and that they don't actually know that don't know what happened there. So, all right. We're digressing, Bill. It's been 30 minutes. I got work tomorrow. I guess the tree fell in my house. I may have to take that apart. I guess we'll say goodbye to everybody and have a good night.
Squishy has not shown up.
Squishy is not around.
He's demanding. He's demanding a fee for his presence.
You got a reaction out of me. She was trying because she wanted to know who I believe that she didn't know who she could be that young. Good golly.
Well, I'm gonna do a round of feeding and we'll see if Squishy comes out for it.
All right, what are we doing? We're waiting on that. Okay.
No, you gotta wait for that. No, I don't think you want to wait for that. I have no idea if he will come out or not because they still run away when I throw the crickets in, but then you got to wait until they say, "Oh, okay, wait a minute, the big scary guy is gone, but now there's food."
All right, Bill. Have a good night. Thanks for being on. We'll do this again next week, everyone. We'll have a better topic, I hope.
All right, I probably am not going to have a video done this week because I've just been I got to work on that, but I'll be here Saturday.
You swearing it's Tuesday still. So good night, everybody.
I thought it was Tuesday. What the heck?